10 tips to protect your fingers while playing gi. Tip number 1, don't dead grip. So whenever I'm holding and I feel like it is pulling away, even gently, it keeps pulling and I keep pulling back. That's how you get a lot of strain on your fingers. So if you feel the grip is about to go, just let go before it happens. Tip number 2, no free hanging grips, or don't take grips which you know you cannot keep. If I get Latif's grip here and he yanks it away, I know he will do that because I can never keep it. So I will only get this grip if my elbow is very close. Try to take it away now. This is something I might go for. I will never just try to let it sleep because I know he's going to pull it away and hurt my fingers. Same goes if Latif's posture is high and I'm going to go for the collar here. I already know he's going to break that grip. So I would never do that first. I would probably put my foot somewhere else first, make sure the posture is broken, and maybe then get for the grip once I know the posture is broken and cannot break it. Number 3, how to mechanically grip correct. So number 1, whenever you get the gi, there's a few grips you can take on the sleeve. The strongest one for me is if you have time to twist the gi and then get with your fingers. And this is a very strong grip when you dig your fingers behind. A weaker grip, it's very quick to take, is the bottom grip here on the sleeve. It's very easy to steer people, but break it please, Latif. It's really easy to break. And another grip is the pistol grip. You just use the gi up and you get it tight. The advantage here is that it's hard for him to re-grip, so you try to move around quite hard. And on top of that, it's a very safe grip for your fingers. It's just a bit harder to get because it takes some time to roll the gi up and get a tight grip. Whenever you take the collar, make sure to catch and twist. When you twist it, the grip is way harder to break. Now watch out for the wrist lock because Latif controls my elbow here, you can pull it in so it can get locked. So whenever Latif starts to come closer, I start to turn my wrist in, my knuckles, and whenever I feel he's going to go for my elbow, actually I keep that grip. Make sure to never put your hand on the chest like this, because that's when your wrist gets broken. So always twist in with the knuckles. Tip number 4, pulling versus pushing. This one changed my game tremendously once I figured this out. Usually the first reaction you have when you get a grip is start to pull away, but guess what, it's also his idea. So if you both pull, that's the moment it gets worse for your fingers. So what I actually do these days, whenever I get a grip, if it's near, I keep it. But if it will actually try to push away first. So try to break the grip now it's going to be way harder for him to break that. Especially on the collar. So for example, I'm in close guard. And if you just take the gi grip here and start to pull, break the grip, it brings himself away and very hard. But if I get the gi, I have to break it now and start to go up. Break it please. Very hard for him. And if I'm on top, for example, same idea. Put weight into the grip. So if I get a gi here and I say keep my weight away, break the grip please, very easy. If I put weight in the grip, I don't even have to grip, so try to move my hand away. It's going to be way harder. So then the gi grip is more there, so my hand cannot move, but very hard for him to break if I put weight on that. Tip number 5, do not do aggressive grip breaks on training towards each other. So for example, if Latif has my gi here, very useful in competition could be to smack his finger and pull my hand away, but it will injure his fingers. So how do I do this in the gym? I don't do that. I usually try to re-grip because I always assume I fight with a silverback gorilla who is too strong and I cannot break the grip. So how when I do this, I would just try to re-grip or bring my hand close and bring me away and then convince him it's a better idea to let go. And let's say on training, how can you simulate this? You're here. If I put my hand on that, you should actually just let go of the grip. You should always assume you cannot break any grip, but when your grip is about to get broken, you should assume your grip will break and just let go. Because for example here, if I break this grip and Latif hangs on too long, now I'm all gone. But if he sees it coming, I break the grip, now just catch my foot Latif, and now by the time I get to go here again, he gets another grip, and just preemptively let go, he will get something else. Number 6, always double grip whenever you can. If I have a gi grip and he starts to pull it away, now it's all on my fingers. But if I can also hold his wrist with my other hand, he tried to pull it away now the strength is not on my fingers. So now I actually have a very good steering hand and one that actually helps as a backup. Tip number 7, you can also use your legs as an extra pull. So for example, if I have the gi here and he can yank it away, that would hurt my fingers. But if I use my legs here to pull, then my hand can just be used to keep the hand in place. And I'll try to pull at it. It's going to be way better for my fingers. But here still the same thing applies. If Latif would pull his hand away, I would actually follow with my leg. And now it's way less worse for my fingers because I follow the pull. Tip number 8. Whenever you feel your fingers are painful and need a bit of a rest, then use no gi grips instead. What do I mean? You use the wrist, you can use the neck, you can use the elbows, all standard no gi grips. And of course, you can always use in gi lapel grips as well, which are in general way better for your fingers because they cannot be yanked away as easy. Tip number 9, always exaggerate your grips, have intention behind your grips. If I get Latif's collar and just hang here, he can easily push it away. So what I mean with exaggerating is, for example, I go behind the neck, then I pull it back down. So now it's a way stronger grip. This applies to everything. I can get the gi, I exaggerate, and then I give some twist to it. And that's going to be way harder for him to break. And this applies for literally every grip you do. You exaggerate the grip, see, and then pull it back. You just hang on, you can easily move. And the same applies actually to no-gi grips. If you just get his grip here, rotate your hand inside please, very easy to twist. But if I exaggerate the grip, it's like a snake bite. He tried to move now, he's now stuck inside his skin, inside his fascia. And now I control his rotation, it will be way harder for him to move. Tip number 10, this one is really powerful. Always make sure your grips work together. So what do I mean with this? Get a grip here please. For example, when I control Latif's elbow, I always want to control his rotation, so I can push the elbow inside. Whenever I push the elbow inside, I'm asking Latif to rotate there because he's following the rotation of his elbow. At the same time, I'm blocking his other rotations. Rotate there, please, Latif. Yeah, I'm trying to block that with the elbow. My other grip here can do the same or the opposite, so I can amplify his rotation by rotating both to that side. But now, see, this could be an option to throw him, but at the same time, I know now Latif is going to move. Walk away, please. Yeah, exactly. Because the loop is open. So what I can do is both rotate together. So if I bring my both elbows in, so now Latif is stuck. He can kind of rotate this side. Yeah. But then, do it again, please. See, I can kind of rotate this side, but then I can switch my rotation and bring him out of balance. Rotate the other side, please. That's stuck. So now, whenever he starts to go that side, I can decide all of a sudden, oh, let's switch rotation. And that opens the whole game up. So usually when you see judo players fight, they go very fast and they go very explosive, which is definitely good. But my game is more slow, and I try to get again, please. Get people stuck in their skin or in their jacket, and then when they start to move, to amplify the rotation. And you can add to this the knees over toes tip I gave in my 10 guard passing tips. They can work together. So if I keep the jacket on both sides rotated inside, I can now decide to rotate to one side and keep my legs to this side. Now when Latif switches rotation, I can start to pivot right away. So this is my whole game these days, fighting with rotation, counter rotation, and keeping my options open by keeping my knees over toes. Also make sure to check out my 10 guard passing tips which will really improve your game.